My 100% goal is to help you get to a full-time income as quickly as possible. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about, you can see in the title here, Science of Getting Rich, is there was actually a neat little debate, not a debate, but, there was a couple of people that were asking, hey, Robert, what do you think is the best book? Why Think and Grow Rich versus Science of Getting Rich? And even some other people, talking about, maybe some other books. Well, there's a couple of quick things I want to share with you that I hope, and pray that I'm hitting you at the right place at the right time. First of all, if you're learning how to be successful and you don't want a Frankenstein business and you want immediate results, the first thing you should do is if someone shares with you, oh, you got to watch this book. Hey, you got to listen to these audios. Hey, you got to follow this mentor, this trainer. Whatever they're saying, just very simply say, listen, show me the results that you got from following that book, those audios, those mentors, those trainings. Just as simple. So a lot of you don't know why I became so rich so fast, why I became documented so fast, how I made $10,000 in my first 45 days, how I made $258,000 in my first year, $1 million before I was 30. Also, helping 51 people make over $1 million a year, 9 of those people. All these trophies that you see here, being number 1 in 6 different companies, is because I'm simple. I'm very, very simple. So I had a great conversation this morning with Rod Cummings, a really, really dear friend of mine. And he sent me a video of, without a doubt, one of the best students I have, which is Tony Kupas. And, they're doing their 25th anniversary of their company, ACN, in Detroit, where it all started, here as a challenge. Listen to this. As a challenge from my mentor, I wanted to be on what was called the Knights of the Round Table. So Bill and his training company, Bill Gould, had what was called advanced marketing. And that was his entity. That was what he did, right? And that was his distributorship inside of a company called NSA that no longer exists, right? And so one of the things that ended up happening is that he challenged me. I said, listen, I want to be on the Knights at the Round Table. There was that time only 5 of them. And the 5 people were like front level to him, So, I didn't have a chance to get in there. And he said, Robert, you want to get on the Knights of the Round Table? I'll tell you what you do. Take everything that I taught you to do, that you've already done to get to the top position, National Marketing Director, the top position, International Marketing Director. Take the stuff I taught you, and I want you to pick a city. Pick a city that I'm not in. And so I asked everyone I knew. I asked every single person I knew, who do you know that I could talk to? Who do you know? Who do you know? You guys have never heard me talk about who do you know? And I ended up talking to a guy named James Brown, not the football player. This guy was born and raised in Detroit, worked at the Detroit airport, right? And I flew in and I moved into his apartment. And I started running ads in the Detroit press. And I found this really beautiful girl named Lynn Martinez. She just got laid off from the jewelry store, right? And I didn't ask her to get in. I'm going to teach this. You'll see these steps that I'll teach. And I said, listen, let me show you that this works. Let me get you results and prove to you that it works before you get involved in the business. And she goes, okay. So I shared with her what I normally say to people. She introduced me to her boyfriend. I talked to him on the phone. He came down. We met. His name was Mike Kupas. His twin brother was Tony Kupas. And I started working with Tony and Mike. They introduced me to Rick Velger, and all of them went to National Marketing Director. Wait a minute. Not some of them. All of them. Documentation beats conversation. So I want you to ask yourself this simple question. When someone says, oh, check out this training. Oh, check out this mentor. Check out this book. check out this audio. Why wouldn't you ever say to them, what has it done for you? Tell me how you read this book, listened to these audios, and altered and changed your life. Secondly, tell me how that book, that audio, those videos, that trainer, that mentor, tell me how they taught you to teach other people how to get results. Why don't you ask that? So, for people that are in my full-time network marketer group, which, by the way, you can go to, documentationbeatsconversation.com and become a part of that. But one of the things that they know is I get very passionate that when you're an apprentice, when you're learning from someone, my mentor would have said two things. Listen to this. You guys will crack up, but I'm glad he did it. He said, if you want to do things your way, then just go be an independent distributor with NSA. I don't want you a part of my group. I don't want you teaching things that you haven't documented that you can teach other people to do and get results. So I say all this very simply to say this one thing is why just promote science of getting rich? Why just study science of getting rich? Just for now. Because I said to one of the ladies that commented, she was telling me about a book that she was reading. Well, right now I'm reading this book. And I said, I know probably a majority of the people, the majority, not most, the majority of the people that are on this channel, 700 plus people, a majority of you have read more books than I have. Why? Because I'm dyslexic. So I'm very picky about the books that I read and listen to and apply. And they got to have a referral from somebody that got results by using that information. And two, like I believe it's Albert Einstein that said, if you can't explain it to a third grader, you don't understand it. So if you guys know anything on a spiritual plane, reading it and not retaining it is worthless. Worthless. So saying, hey, I read this book. Hey, I read this book. Hey, I read this book. Well, how did you apply it and get results? No, I didn't. Then what the hell? Are you serious? All right, you got to read this book. How did it affect your life? It didn't. I read the book, didn't apply anything in it. Wow. Frickin' wow. Really? So what if everybody asks you, wow, how'd this book affect you? How'd this book train you? How'd this book help you teach other people to get results? It didn't. Then how about shut up? So here's my thing. I would ask you to just focus. Take all of your time. Some of you won't listen to me. Some of you know a lot more than me. Some of you are more educated than me. Some of you are way better than me. You know what I mean? Why don't you just take the Science of Getting Rich, which is a link up above. You're going to see a video of me talking about the documentation behind that book. And why don't you, like Rhonda Byrne, the person that read the book, did The Secret, wrote the book on The Secret, got on Oprah, got on Ellen DeGeneres, got on Larry King, now is in the Forbes magazine, is not only one of the wealthiest women, but also in the top women of the most influential women on the planet. So I was chatting back and forth in that chat, I'd go, wow, I just had a thought that I got to start sharing with you guys. And listen to this thought is, first of all, Science of Getting Rich inspired Andrew Carnegie, the wealthiest person ever. No one's ever made more money than Andrew Carnegie. No one, okay? And that person got Napoleon Hill to write another book. Are you noticing I'm purposely not saying the name? And please, for you guys that want to post it, don't. Because I thought about reading other books than Science of Getting Rich, and they confused me. They got me stuck. I didn't know how to apply them. And when you read The Science of Getting Rich, it says in there, Wallace Wattles wrote, Continue to use this book until you master it. Until you master this book. So, people like Rhonda Byrne, myself, Bob Proctor, Zig Ziglar, Norman Vincent Peale, Earl Nightingale, I'm trying to think of all, Jim Rohn. See, a lot of us read Science of Getting Rich. And it was so simplistic in the mastery of it that it allowed us to go out and get immediate results. Right after I listened to, and the audios are on the link up here. After I listened to the Science of Getting Rich, I made $50,000 in the next 50 days. Did you hear that? I made $50,000 in the next 50 days. So if you're saying, Robert, documentation beats conversation, yes. I read the book, I mastered the book, I got results with it. Now I've made over 52 million. But now I've taken that same book and got other people like Tony Kupas and Mike Kupas and Jovan Kabasig and David Rutz and Armand Peugeot and Fred Herzog. And man, some of the names are escaping me. Recently, Jason Brown, Alex Morton, John Agra. And I taught these guys these principles, and now they're making $1 million a year. So I just thought I would share that with you guys. Another thing is recent stories like Par Bunker that's on here. You know what I mean? So Par Bunker, if you go to her page, she's got Science of Getting Rich. She doesn't have a bunch of other ones. Interesting, huh? She didn't not do Science of Getting Rich and just did other ones. That's interesting, you know? Why would you follow an apprentice, someone that would tell you, follow a mentor and he says, hey, do this, and you go, I think I'll do something else. And then you're mad because you're not getting any results. Interesting. Very interesting. So then I thought, maybe, you guys can send me a private message. But then I thought of other books. Oh, I missed Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, taught by Jim Rohn, Jack Canfield, the Chicken Soup of the Soul. All of them say, Science of Getting Rich. So if you know of another book where other people are promoting that book, saying that that book was responsible for teaching them, and they used the principles out of that book to teach other people to become millionaires. Interesting. So some people are promoting other books, and they don't have the rights to promote those books. See, Science of Getting Rich is 100 years old. And so that means that every one of you, if you followed this link and listened to this link and mastered this link, mastered it, then you can share this link. And some of you would go, why would I want to edify and promote my mentors? I don't know. Because that's what successful people do. They understand abundance. They understand creativity. They want to give to the world. So they want to promote other people. I want Wallace Wattles' name to never, ever, 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 ever stop being mentioned. I want the title of his book, The Science of Getting Rich, to always, 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 always be mentioned. Do you hear me? So Jim Rohn told me, before he passed, which was one of my mentors, is Robert, all you got to do is work hard enough to get people to never forget your name. So that's why you need to master the Science of Getting Rich before you move on. Some of you are going to do it. Par did it. I said, Par, listen, all you got to do is master the book, and how you master the book is by learning it and then teaching it. Par said, okay. So Par went out there, started doing it. Tomorrow's her last day of doing the Science of Getting Rich. So she's went through it, listened to it, went through it per chapter, and now is doing each one of those chapters. It's public domain, it's free, and now she's got people sending her money to be coached by her because they go, wow, if someone would listen to the Science of Getting Rich and then do videos on it, then she must know it. And if this has helped all these people make that kind of money, then I need that wisdom, that information. That's the stuff I want. So I'm just going to make a suggestion to each and every one of you, the people that follow proving systems, a proven path of success, get success. Some of you will 100% go 100% against me just to prove that you're right. That the knowledge and the information that you learn from others are better than mine. You just won't show us your documentation. You won't show us a site like Documentation Beats Conversation of all the people that you helped. Interesting, isn't it? So for those of you that are following other people that have undocumented systems, unproven systems, and they're teaching stuff that are not documented, you deserve what you get. You deserve what you get. The word ignorance. Ignorance means you don't know that you don't know. Stupidity. Stupidity is when someone like me shared with you wisdom and you made a mental decision not to follow it. So please don't be stupid. Please don't be stupid. So anyway, I got to jump off here because another one of my students, Melody Ryba, that used the same proven path, that's now making $38,000 a month, is going to be doing an advanced basic. We do it every Saturday, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I do 3 group coaching calls, master classes a week. One on Saturday for advanced basics, one on Tuesday for my 6-figure marketers, and then one on Thursday for my full-time network marketers. If you guys want to see how to get involved in those, go to Documentation Beats Conversation, because I'm willing to show you how to never ever be worried about money again, never work for anybody again, get the most important thing, which is free time and fulfillment in your life. Take care, God bless. I hope this little tip helped you. I know that it should. And never ever forget that if I was taught how to do this, and I've taught thousands, tens of thousands never to work for anybody again, I can also teach you. Take care, God bless. Have a great day. Make sure you share this with the world. God bless. Bye-bye.